What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Will, the electrician. I just want to talk about this real fast. I went to Home Depot not too long ago and I bought a few floodlights from Defiant. The first one I bought, it didn't come with a neoprene seal. The motion sensor didn't work. The second one, same thing. Defiant has this new floodlight, and it's a motion sensor floodlight. It's about $30. It comes in, I believe, a white and black, and the lamps are circular LEDs. Don't buy it. Horrible design. Some of the things I don't like about the floodlight is most floodlights are supposed to be installed around 10 to 12 feet, so people can't touch them, and so you can get a better area to illuminate. So this one, it's not like all the others. It literally says between 5 feet and 7 feet from the ground. Who puts a floodlight at 5 feet to 7 feet from the ground? I'm 6'3". My arms are 3 feet long each. If I wanted to, I could just touch that floodlight and move it, or I could block it so you don't see the light. That's stupid. That doesn't make it secure. Secondly, every other floodlight on the market has the motion sensor being able to swivel, whether it's up or down, or you can swivel the whole thing around. It swivels. The reason why is you don't know how high or how low that floodlight's going to be, and you don't know what's going to be blocking its ability to see what needs to be seen. So you swivel so it works correctly. For instance, a person can have a floodlight that's 10 feet off the ground just for a certain door, or maybe 8 feet off the ground just for a certain door. But it needs to be able to swivel the motion detector straight down so that the lights can come on. This one doesn't give you the option. It's a stationary motion sensor, which makes it really stupid. Second of all, it comes with a pre-made pigtails or wires with a Wago wire connector. So the Wago idea is fine, but there's no ground. It's only a hot and a neutral, so it's not completing the circuit. More importantly, it's enclosed, so normally you get a lot of room inside the floodlights, so you can go ahead and pack things in, like the wire. And then you also normally get a junction box bracket that allows for you to angle it so they can get the floodlight to go level. This one doesn't give that to you. Instead, what they do is they got rid of the neoprene by adding the fact that you can put the floodlight all the way over the round junction box, but they added selective areas for the holes, whereas your 1032 screws would normally go in, except for one problem. First of all, they don't give 1032 screws, they give 632 screws, which means you don't have a way to secure this device at all. Secondly, the holes are in a fixed location, and it doesn't make it so that you could do the piping correctly to where this flood box is. So the flood box is not meant for just surface mount, so it's recessed in. So like if you have the junction box can be recessed in to the wall, and then you can put the floodlight on, because they have like this little lip that goes over where the regular weatherproof junction boxes are. That being the case, it should have, in the design, made it whereas you could put a bracket that would then control those 632 screws for the floodlight, but they didn't include that at all. So that bracket would need to be able to go onto the junction box and then have it where it could align itself, so where you can at least get 2 screws down. But if you're gonna have 4, it needs to be the circular bracket. They didn't do that at all. It was a really horrible design. I installed 2 of them. Both of them didn't work. I had to go back the next day because it took me like two and a half hours to do this whole job, because I had to keep going back and forth. So I had to go back the next day to Home Depot, and I had to get a different brand. Once I got the different brand, it worked right away. Horrible experience. The whole job should have taken me, what, 2 hours max, from initial installing and splicing into the power source that I used, which was the GFCI on the interior wall to the outside wall, because it was an elevated location, to the weatherproof junction box, to adding the floodlight and adding the wires. It should have taken no more than 2 hours for everything. And the reason why 2 hours, because the wiring on the inside was really weird. With GFCI outlets, you're supposed to have a dedicated line, or it's supposed to be the first one on the in the series from the panel. And this bad boy, I found out, is mixed with 2 other breakers. So I tried turning each breaker off individually, and none of them turned this bad boy off. I had to turn off the entire house. So that was a long process. So by the time it's all said and done, again, don't buy Defiant at all. They've changed their design, and it's a horrible design. Later.